All right, Shalom, we're the Hebrew Israelites. My name is Ahmad. This is Malak. Basically, we're out here once again. This is January 1st, 2018. We're out here once again to wake up, our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Israelites that are scattered abroad. All right, so the elder Apostle Zahar, he coined this year, the year of prophecy, right? So that's one of the main things that we always talk about or bring out is prophecies. All right, and me and the brother, we were going into on the way up here. We were talking about I did a video. He was talking about it too, which basically goes into the economic collapse of America, what we spiritually know as Babylon. And basically, we like right before we turned on the camera, we were bringing out some aspects of we're bringing out certain aspects of the fall of Babylon, right? Because we know that basically every kingdom had its rise and had its fall, and we're looking forward to, especially according to us coming into the truth or realization that America is Babylon according to the Bible. We know that every nation has a rise and has its fall. We know that America is on its decline, like the elders say, it's circling a drain. So we know that America is it's not infinite; it has its fall. And when you read in the book of Daniel, it talks about how Yahweh Shai, his kingdom is gonna last forever. You know what I mean? So that's what we're basically looking forward to.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse. I'll start at verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few, and these that look out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, so it says the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, which that's the bankers, you know what I mean? Because they're basically they had dominion in this society. They're controlling this society, you know what I'm saying? Most High, he set up Esau in a position to basically control the society. Like the scriptures say, this is Esau is the end of the world. So basically, we're living in Esau, which we know is the so-called white man, Edom. This is his rulership right now. So he's in control, he's in the power center right now, right? But it's saying, when the keepers of the house shall tremble, so tremble and bow themselves, right?
Yeah, it says, and the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves.
Yeah, the strong men shall bow themselves. So they know that, it's going to come a time when they're basically going to go out of power. And then it goes on to say,
and the grinders cease because there are few, and these that look out the windows be darkened.
Yeah, and what it's talking about when it's talking about grinding is grinding. Like, just say, like in the ancient world, you may be in the mill grinding wheat or grain, and to as work. So it's saying the grinding shall cease, and that's talking about basically work. Yep. It's gonna cease, and it's gonna cease. All right, and that's what's happening right now. When you look at the economy, it's collapsing. Like we were talking about a second ago, how Christmas season's over, right? So a lot of times they do a lot of certain jobs. They'll do a lot of hiring or whatever. Like I used to work at Walmart, so it's like they'll hire a lot of people because they know that between Black Friday and Christmas, that's going to be their main times when they recoup all the money that they lost throughout the year.
Everything picks up.
Yeah, so basically, but after that, it's like they kind of cut the fat because Walmart, that particular corporation, every week they're always trying to think of ways, to save money and stuff like that.
Of course. Cut the fat.
Yeah, so they'll have the seasonal workers, they'll have the part-time workers, which they'll hire people part-time because they don't have to get them benefits and they can kind of limit the amount of hours and all that stuff. And that's how they basically, that's at that particular job, that's basically what they do.
This is verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. Verse 4. it says, and the daughters shall be shut. It said, Salakia, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. When the sound of the grinding is low, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Yeah, like it was talking about the doors shall be shut. Like we was going into earlier about how a lot of businesses are shutting down. Like you got Radio Shack.
You got certain Walmarts that are shutting down.
Yeah, I can't name it off the top of my head, but it's a lot of designer clothes companies, brand name clothes companies that are going out of business. Like let me see. Yeah, I don't know.
I have this list of like 3,600 jobs, 600 jobs that are going to be shut down this year alone. All right, so and that's all. That's probably going to be all across the United States. All right, so this thing is coming to a halt, man. You see, so the so-called white man know his economy is going to fall, man. His economy is not going to last, and what is that entail of? The RFID microchip, man. That's what that entails of. He wants to bring in that RFID microchip. But the grinding is going to cease here in America. There's not going to be any jobs. People are not going to be able to get any damn jobs. They're going to have any money. All right? So they better think about what's going on now. Right? And the daughter now says, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. All the daughters of the music, this garbage ass music. You see these little young niggas out here nowadays pushing this garbage ass music, man. That shit is being brought low. All right, the paying of going to buy music today is at a low level, man. So they gotta find ways to keep producing, ways to keep the music going, but it's garbage, man. All right.
I mean, it's been kind of garbage for a while.
It's been kind of garbage for a while, like the brother said. It has been kind of garbage for a while. This music is terrible, man. You can't even turn on the radio and want to listen to this garbage.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to silence.
Yeah, you rather just ride in silence, man. This shit is fucking terrible, man.
Yo, and then you'll have songs where it's like they'll play it so much where it gets stuck in your head and shit like that.
Yeah, that's that witchcraft that they put on on this music, man. So that witchcraft that they put on this music. All right? Like that devil smiling right there. Because what we saying is correct. All right? You got something? Yeah.
It says Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 11. It said, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, where all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off." Like going into what we was talking about before, because I believe Maktesh was like in the ancient world, it was a marketplace, a major marketplace.
Yep.
So this is what this basically symbolizes. It says, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, where all the merchant people are cut down," and like we was going into the stores. The stores that are basically being shut down, and people aren't even really talking about this and consider it. You know what I'm saying? Just like yeah, but I know it was mainly like clothing stores, electronic stores, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? That's just like stores like Walmart. They contribute to a lot of that stuff because it's like, why would somebody want to go to when Walmart pretty much has everything. They got food, they got clothes, they got electronics, they got automotive stuff, they got camping stuff. They got pretty much
everything you need. Pretty much all in one area.
Yeah, but even sales for them isn't, as hot as it should be. It's a quick.
Yeah. On that?
Yeah, all they that bear silver are cut off. And going into this whole Bitcoin thing, like my dad, I was telling this, but my dad been talking about that. But like we got money to invest like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We like paycheck to paycheck.
God.
Then we know that through the scriptures that the RFID microchip, that's the future for Babylon or America. These people here.
God.
I mean, it's gonna come down to that. So there's no way. It's no way of you're gonna be able to circumvent the mark of the beast or the RFID microchip.
Yeah, it's inevitable because it's gonna happen. So I got something in Revelation, the 18th chapter, and 22nd verse. All right. It says, "And the voice of the harpers and musicians, of the pipers and trumpeters, shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman." Now, what's a craftsman? Isn't he a workman? Is he a worker? Craftsman is somebody who builds up things, right? That's consistent of a job. Okay? And it says, of whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Sound of the millstone is what? Work. All right? Work. That's why hence the title, hence the camp GMS. Great Millstone, work. Because guess what? The camp of Great Millstone always putting in work. They're always putting up videos. But now I'm equating that to this because America is going to be cut off of work, right? Their job is going to be, the jobs of America is going to be done. Ain't nobody going to be out here to get a job, man. All right? Niggas going to be scrambling trying to look for a job. But it ain't going to happen. You see? All right, you got something to happen? That's why I brought that scripture out. Let's read that one more time. This is Revelation 18 and 22. "And the voice of the harpers," now what is a harper and a musician? All right? That's music. All right? America's going to be completely shut down with the music. And the music is already, like we were saying, the music is garbage. It's been garbage for a while. All right? "And of the pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all." It's going to cease forever. All right? It says, "at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee." All right? So there ain't going to be any work out here, man. All right? Because America's on its way down, circling the drain. All right? Circling the drain. What, CTD? Circling the drain? That's America right there in a nutshell. Go ahead, Aki, you got something.
Let's see. It's Isaiah chapter 50. It's Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So what this is basically talking about is that, whatever the Most High puts in these scriptures to happen or to transpire, it's going to basically happen. It's nothing us or nobody else can do to hinder them. You know what I mean? So, you have people that basically, like one of my other favorite scriptures is, Romans 3:3, where it says, "What if some did not believe?" It's no way, you know what I mean? Like even the scriptures, even the scriptures say in, what is it, about the incredulity. This word incredulity means like unbelief, you know what I mean? So, even though, you have scoffers that don't believe, yeah, it's still gonna basically, happen. There's nothing they could do to hinder the prophecies from coming to pass.
There's nothing that they can do because the prophecies are going to happen no matter what. And it's not our words; it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's words, and it's just that simple. So let me bring out the book of Romans. Once I find it here. Book of Romans chapter 3, verse 3. "For what if some did not believe? Shall the unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. You see, so the unbelief of people is not going to stop what the Most High has coming. All right, because he's a faithful power. He's true. All right, what he says he's going to do, he's going to do. All right, if America's going to be brought low and it's going to be destroyed, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be brought low and it's going to be destroyed. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, the Most High, he destroyed it. All the other ancient kingdoms, he destroyed them. Without a problem, man. Okay? Nobody had nothing to say then. But now they got something to say all of a sudden now that we bringing out the prophecies, man. All right? So this America is through. America's finished. Go ahead,
All right, this is book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies." And that's basically going back to the reason why our people are basically cursed, because we basically transgressed the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So the Most High, he sold us into the other nations as slaves, as bondmen. When you read Deuteronomy 28 and Deuteronomy the 20th chapter, it talks about that. 68, 48. So it says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction," because the Most High, if he wanted to destroy us, he could have just destroyed us, but it was a punishment, it was a chastisement for a particular moment in time. But because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. It says, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High." And that's pretty much what our people do to this very day is they basically commit idolatry, which is an abomination to the Most High, and they worship other gods. That's why that's one of the reasons why the Most High is jacking our people up for what they do.
Yep, that's it, man. Got something. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 24. "For the Lord thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. When thou shalt begat children and children's children, ye shall be reminded long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of the Lord thy power, to provoke him to anger. I call heaven and earth in witness against you this day, and ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land, whereunto you go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations," like the brother was saying, "and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whether the Lord shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor smell, nor eat, nor smell. But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord thy power, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul." All right. But
yeah, so I read the last very last part.
It says, but if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord thy power, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Yeah, and that's basically, what the brothers you see out here right now, and the other brothers scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and highways and byways. That's our hope, is that we're gonna be saved because of our faith and our works.
God.
And seeking the Most High, like the scriptures say in the book of Baruch, I believe, it talks about seeking the Most, once being returned, seek Him 10 times more. So that's what we're in the spirit of doing right now. God. Like how the same way we went hard for these things in the world, once we come into the truth, we try and seek the Most High 10 times more. We sacrifice our lives, we sacrifice our time, we dedicate, dedicate, the things that the time and energy that we spent would have spent doing other things. We spend it trying to serve the Lord and push his his word or his purpose.
Yeah. That's why we gotta seek the Lord 10 times more. When you come into this truth, this is what your life is all about. This is what you're dedicated. You made an oath with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and you should not break that oath. Alright? So if you was coming out here on the highways and the byways and then all of a sudden you stop. Alright, you take your hand off the plow, then what does that consist? You really don't believe. You really don't believe anymore, man. Alright? It's taking too long for you. This thing ain't taking too long for brothers who believe, man. We see the prophecies coming to pass, man. And it's just that simple. I don't care what any of these niggas say out here, man. Alright? I don't care if they laugh at me. I don't care if they scoff at me. I don't care what they do against me. But you're really going against the Most High. You're not going against me. You're going against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You're going against the grain, man. So you can scoff at me all you want. You can laugh. You can do whatever you want. This the Most High show. This ain't my show. Alright? So, I'm trying to find that scripture. Go ahead, Aki. You got something to bring out before then.
You already read Isaiah 34:16.
No, I didn't read that, but I'll get that.
No, I mean, I got it.
Go ahead, read it. Read it.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them." All right, so it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read." So that's what we're doing right now. We're seeking out of the book of the Lord, which is the Holy Bible, and we're reading. We're not only reading, but we're trying to actually implement what we're reading. And it says, "None of these shall fail." So meaning that everything that's written in the scriptures is going to come to pass. It's like we were saying earlier.
Oh yeah.
The destruction of Babylon, the implementation of RFID chip, martial law, Israel coming back into power. Other nations being under us, being subservient to us. All these things are going to come to pass.
And they definitely are. Everything is going to happen before these people's eyes. But they don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it now. But everything is going to happen, man. Because it's evident to happen. Alright? It's going to happen. It must happen. Alright?
This is Daniel. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. It said, "Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." So meaning, in the last days, which we're in right now, it said, "Many shall be purified and made white and tried." And we're being purified. We're having the impurities and worldly spirit, worldly things taken out of us. We're putting on, the armor of the God or the Most High, as the scriptures calls it in Ephesians. Yep. And we're putting on these things to basically protect us and arm ourselves so that we'll be able to go out here for our spiritual warfare that we have to go out here for. And it says, and be tried, because we're going to be tried because, there's a lot of, impurities in us, and the Most High basically cleanses us of these impurities by the things that we go through and while we're in our conversation, our life, our journey, in our spiritual journey to salvation. So, and it said, "But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand." And we see that with 2/3 of our people is that they're going to do wicked. They're going to be wicked until the very end. There's nothing you can do to get them off of their wicked path or whatever. Because the Most High, if He sanctioned or ordained you, like the scripture says, that he ordained, or you know, he chose. I think it's in Jeremiah. He chose Jeremiah from when he was in the womb. He was going to be a man of the Lord and a man to do his purpose. So that's the same thing with us. You know what I'm saying? Most High did the same thing with us.
And well, you got a lot of our people. Their conversation is not about the Lord every day. Their conversation is more about worldly things. All right. So we know we living in the last days. So your conversation should be about nothing but godliness. All right. So I got the scripture here in. You got any more on? You got any more? All right. So I got the scripture here in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, and the 11th verse. It says, "Seeing then that all things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in holy conversation and godliness?" All right. Looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall be melted with fervent heat, going into basically the thermonuclear missiles and those chariots shooting down laser beams and delivering the children of Israel all in one. All right? So you should be talking about things that are godly and not talking about some bullshit like the NBA Finals. Who gonna win the NFL championship? All right, all that garbage that Jake want to talk about. All right, you should be talking about prophecies coming to pass. All right, that's what men of the Lord do when they in the truth. They talk about nothing but prophecies, nothing but things that are going on, and not about things going on in the world, because the things in the world have no meaning. It don't mean anything because it's all going to be destroyed. Yeah, they're vain. It's empty. Right? You got something on?
Yeah, this is Sirach, chapter 30, 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, it says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. All right, so it says, you know what I'm saying, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in prophecy. And that's what the brother was talking about, is the fact that, you know, once you come into the truth, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna want to know, you know, in order to be able to teach our people to link everything up. I mean, you got to pay attention to certain things. I mean, a lot of times, you know, when you go to camp, you know, you gotta have proof. You know what I'm saying? So the scriptures say, you know, prove all things. So that's what we use, is the current events or whatever to link up prophecy. And then you gotta know, you gotta be watching, like the scriptures say, you gotta watch. That's how you're gonna know what's going on.
Yep. That's how you're gonna know what's going on in today's current events. Like you got Kim Jong-un, who's been basically talking about wanting to blow America off the map, man. All right, you got things going on between Russia and the United States. You got them doing back deals and all these things that are going on, man, which these people can't see. But if you really occupied in the prophecy and paying attention, you'll see all these things, man. And a lot of people can't see it, but the men who are out here on the highways and the byways, all right, are seeing these things because why? They're watching current events. All right, they're watching, they're paying attention, they're talking about prophecies, they're talking about what's going on, what's happening in the world. All right, so that's where your mind is supposed to be. But
it says he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. So it says he will keep the sayings of renowned men. You know, and like when we read the scriptures, you know, we follow like just say like, you know, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. You know, these were like things that Solomon wrote to basically guide you know, the younger, you know, Israelite men, Israelite people for the most part. You know what I mean? Like Proverbs was, you know, for I guess like younger men, like, you know, wise sayings, how to maneuver yourself in the world or whatever. And then Ecclesiastes, when he got older, like after he, experienced a lot of things in his life. His you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Conclusion, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Like I said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole man and fear the Most High, keep His commandments. That was something that basically Solomon basically told was guiding his Israelite people to tell them. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the duty of man. When we think of what is a man, that's what we think about. It's fearing the Most High, keeping the commandments.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we do. We fear. You have to fear the Most High, man. If you don't fear the Most High, forget it, bro. You're not. You're not a part of this thing. All right, because fear of the Most High is knowing that He can jack your ass up at any moment. Like, He'll jack your ass up at any moment, man.